So guys, my message today is a message of hope. Is a message to make you understand that is a message to make you understand one thing, that when people leave your life, do not concentrate on whoever left. Concentrate on yourself. Ask God, what is my purpose? This is the question you want to ask God. You don't want to ask God, why did they leave? You want to ask God, what is my purpose, God? You're gonna ask yourself, what is my purpose? And let me do as your will permits me to. Guys, I know it is always very difficult. And the most difficult part of it is when your family is isolating you. The most difficult part of it is when your loved one isolates you. You know, if you have invested in love, especially, because this is what I talk about most often, if you have invested your time in a love relationship and somebody just changes, he starts misbehaving, this guy is not replying to your messages, this guy is giving you a cold shoulder, this guy looks like he's gotten what he was looking for. You don't have to cry. You don't have to force them back into your life. You don't have to even question them. You've got to question yourself. Where did you go wrong? And what is God trying to show you? There's a message that is always coded when people leave your life. Look, being left, no one wants to be left, right? Everybody wants, like, if relationship is dying, I should be the first person to say I don't want you. I should be the first person who is leaving. People don't want to be left. And I was watching some content on breakup, and then I got a very strange content from one lady. As I said, I don't always mention names on my live videos so that I don't get censored. But this lady was talking about how she is always anxious to be the first to leave a relationship. So she gets into relationships, but she tries as much as possible to get a reason for her to leave relationship. Right? It sounds awkward, right? So she gets herself into a relationship, she starts a relationship, but at the same time, when she's in this relationship, she's trying to find reasons to be the first person to leave. Then the interviewer was asking her, but why do you do this? And then she's like, my motto and what I believe in is I should not be left in anything that I'm doing. I should be the person leaving. So she's doing this to be the first person to leave this relationship. So we can always meet such kind of people. So when somebody like that leaves you, why would you want to question God why they left? There is hope in everything. And my dear friends, the best way to get your blessings is when you are being isolated. You see, God works in a mysterious way. And when God wants to give you blessings, first He removes the blocks. That is what happens. God removes the blocks. He removes the people around you that are making you not to get your blessing. For example, I will tell you something, guys. You see, if you want to find a job, what you need first are skills. You need good skills, relevant skills for a certain job that you're looking for. And then you need to apply for that job. The second thing, after applying for the job, you need to go through interviews. And remember, during the time of interview, you are not alone. So many people are coming there for the same interview. So it takes only those who have the so much needed skills and experience to find that job. But what happened? God isolates those who don't have the skills. Okay? Even let me not use God. The interviewer isolates those who don't have the skills and experience. Then he brings together those who have skills and experience to go through vigorous interviews and some kind of background checks for them to get a job. So what does God do for the people or for us in our lives? When God wants to elevate you, you are this person who has been crying I need a man who can stably stay with me and make me a woman of the home. What God does is to give you a break. He looks at the man who is in your life and he sees this man is not the person, the kind of a person you need. What does he do? He removes the man from your life. You know, sometimes this man has been everything for you, and you have been thinking that, you know what, I can never break up with him. Without him in my life, I'm dead. I'm finished. That is the person God is coming to remove from your life. You know, you've been looking for a woman to make your home, and you have got woman or women in your life. Then God is coming and telling you that that woman, you need to remove her from your life for you to find the woman you're looking for. What happens? He makes some things to happen, and you start questioning yourself. Why is she behaving like this? What is happening? And then they leave. Instead of us concentrating on what we need to do to make it happen, we take most of our time trying to find our way back to the same people. You see, comfort kills a lot of people. Comfort zones, where you are comfortable, nothing is going to happen new. When you find comfort, nothing is going to happen great in your life. And I will tell you, people, I want you to look around you and look at those people who are very comfortable. And every time I teach people, I say this: do not look at somebody who is so rich than you and feel or think that these people are comfortable. There is no rich man that is comfortable. They are trying to invest every day. The rich people that you see around don't sleep. They sleep when they have found a target. Every single day they try to find out, what is the next thing where I can invest? What is the new thing I can invest in? When I say they don't sleep, it means, I don't mean that they stay the whole night awake, but what I mean, they don't put their mind to sleep like they have it already. They always wake their minds up. Where can I invest more? Where can I take this money? Which, real estate is now selling their shares, or which company is selling their shares? Where can I invest? Where can I buy shares? Where can I put this money? What can I do? How can I improve my business? That is what we need to do as a people. Life is about what you want. It's not about the things that you're seeing. It's about how you will start yourself to make to the part that you are seeing in life. So guys, as I said, this was going to be a very short video for those people who have been left, the people who have been in a broken relationship, people who have been isolated by their colleagues, their friends, their families. This video was for you, to inspire you, to tell you that, you see, sometimes isolation is elevation, and sometimes rejection is a redirection. Rejection doesn't mean that it is the end of the road. Sometimes you are rejected because that is not the place you belong. You belong somewhere else. There is a time I used an example that sometimes you could find yourself going for an interview, and you leave your house, you're going for an interview, and along the way maybe you take a bus. In the middle of the road, you realize that you forgot something that is very important for the interview. Maybe your CV, or maybe something happens and maybe a baby was sitting next to you and something goes into your cloth, maybe ice cream, and you cannot go for that interview. When it happens like this, let me tell you something. God is trying to show you something. Maybe it was not meant for you. What people forget is to ask God, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? What people do is shaming the Satan. This was just Satan. This is the people who are, I really don't know. Every time I try to go for interview, I don't always make it. People from my ancestors, the people from the village, African concept of, bad omen. That you see, this is just because of my aunts or maybe my relatives who never made it in life. This is why I'm suffering. No, people. What happens is, God is trying to tell you that because of isolation that you're getting, I want to elevate you. And when you stop focusing on the isolation and ask God the way to elevation, you will miss this interview for this job, and in the next few days, you're going to get a call for the interview for a job that you have been waiting for. I will tell you, this thing works, people. The problem with us, and the only solution for things to start working for you, is to know where to concentrate your energy. You need to understand where to focus your energy. A rejection is a redirection. This is what I can tell you, guys. When you are rejected somewhere, forget about the rejection and start focusing in the next direction. When they reject you in A, focus on the redirection where God is pushing you to. You see, when you take 100% of your time thinking about the rejection, you will still remain in the same place. But when you forget rejection, immediately you get rejected, you forget it immediately. That's the time you start to become elevated. So stop thinking about how you've been rejected. Stop thinking about how you've been divorced. Stop thinking about how that guy have missed you, have used you. Stop thinking about how life has been so miserable. Think about, what can I do now that my life is this? What else can I do? You know, I saw a video today from a very funny guy that I like. He's a comedian from Nigeria, and some of his videos are also of a good lesson. But what he was saying is, he was trying to say something like, we will never forget. You know, like, you know, when people, you do things in your life, things that are not good, you don't care about yourself, you're just misusing yourself, you just do things without thinking twice. Then tomorrow you want to tell us that those are my past. Now I'm in the new. These were my past. This is what happens. Yes, they are your past. But remember that the past, what you are doing today, right now, is what is going to be the past. But if you don't watch it as we speak, it can define your future in positive way or negative way. The past is gone, yes, and we can always correct it. But you see, you don't want to correct your past every single day. You see, you don't want to correct your past every single day. You want to correct your past once and for all and start a new life and develop that positive mindset, develop that kind of an energy in you that redirects you to the right thing. And I use these powerful words of isolation and elevation, rejection and redirection. When you are isolated, you're being elevated. When you are rejected, you're being redirected. But how do you know that? By correcting it at this moment. So you forget about the past, which is a rejection, and you start focusing on the redirection. You apply a job today, you get an interview, you go for an interview, maybe you apply, the email comes back that unfortunately at this time we are not going to continue with your application because you don't meet the criteria of what we were looking for, or maybe we have found somebody who fits what we were looking for. You don't want to read that email twice. You want to delete it from your inbox and start applying for other jobs. You get divorced today, okay? There's a video also that I saw about divorce. There's a lady who was burning her, you know, the pictures, the photos that she did, and she posted on TikTok, burning the photos, her wedding photos, you know, the certificate that the wedding certificate and marriage certificate, everything she was burning. And she wrote there that after 2 years of marriage, 1 month of divorce and 1 week of forgetting, and now she was burning these things together. This is what I want to tell you. Burning it might not kill it from your head. accepting the fact that it has happened is what deletes everything from your head. So when it happens, like you are divorced and you want to forget it, you are brokenhearted and you want to forget it, immediately it happens, the first thing that you need to do is to not start, talking to everybody and start like what do we call it? Can I say justifying yourself? You want to justify yourself to show people that it was not your mistake. See, you owe no one an explanation when your relationship breaks up. You owe no one an explanation when anything, like even you lose your own job. You owe no one anything, any explanation when things go worse or bad in your life. You owe yourself and your God explanation. So going to social media to start, criticizing the people you were, like your ex, or maybe your ex-husband or ex-boyfriend or ex-company or ex-colleagues or ex-friends, and trying to justify how good you were and how bad they were, is not going to help you. You need to start concentrating on yourself and asking yourself, what did I not do right that I can correct in this next relationship that I'm going to have? You want to ask yourself, what am I going to do better? What did he not do that I was looking for? So that at least you help yourself. So Queen Safa is asking, how can I stop searching his account and see that he married, then he get divorced again? You can stop it by not being part of his account, because if you are still going to what do we call it? With that one, we call that one ghosting. When you are ghosting, let me tell you guys, and sometimes I'm ruthless. Sometimes I'm ruthless to people. And Queen Safa, we talked some other time here, and I understand your situation, how it was, but this is what I want to tell you. You see, the moment you find yourself ghosting the people you were in relationship with, it means you have a problem. There's a problem in you. There's something you are trying to justify. You are feeling guilty. This is the truth. And I said sometimes that it is better for me to tell you the truth than to entertain you with sweet words that you want to hear. You see, a person who ghosts their exes are people who had a problem in that relationship. And therefore they are looking to ghost their partners to justify. Like they want, okay, is he in a relationship? Did his relationship work or not? It did not work. You see, I told you guys. See, he's in another relationship, it's not working for him. So it is him who has a problem. No, it doesn't work like that. The moment you are out of a relationship with somebody, the best thing that you can do, my people, the best thing that you can do once a relationship ends with your partner is to part ways peacefully. In fact, if it was the best thing that you want to do, you can block them. Get them out of your life. Just get them out of your life. You're not getting them out of your life because they are your enemies. You're getting them out of your life because they are not worth. They don't deserve you and you don't deserve them. So what are you doing? You are preparing the way for a next relationship. So you want to forget about this. This is what I talked about. You see, people concentrate more on the mistakes that they did, on the problem that happened. So imagine this is somebody that you divorced. This is a relationship that you are no longer part of. So staying there, trying to ghost them to see whether they are married, whether they are there, whether they are, whether they are in another relationship, whether they are, it is not going to help you. Exactly. It is not going to help you. What is going to help you is you want to ask yourself, what is it that I did not do right when I was with this guy in relationship? You want to sit down and think back. Think about the past. Think how things were going. Okay? Then correct them.